wanted to give you just a little in-depth look at Inger Hendricks. Inger is the daughter of Adam Hendricks, who owned the Bailey's Harbor House restaurant in Bailey's Harbor. He actually owned this restaurant in 1880. He was a real person, a real restaurant, had a real family there. Inger is not real. She is made up, although he did have daughters and sons. Her name is made up, but she is the friend of Katie, the best friend, and she's very funny. She's down to earth, level-headed, but also fun-loving and fun, letting Katie kind of be herself and be silly. But also she always comes kind of to the rescue and says things to Katie that helps Katie think things through and just kind of be more down to earth and make good decisions. And she is German. I don't know if I mentioned that, but they're of German descent, and she is very funny in the way she speaks because she doesn't have a good grasp yet of the English language. So she does funny things with English idioms or analogies, and she says things a little backwards, or she doesn't understand the common things we would say that mean something else. So one of the examples is when there's a mean girl in the story. Her name is Elsa. She's always trying to get Katie and always trying to say things to just rub her wrong and trying to get Katie to come back at her. And so in one point in the story, Katie doesn't, respond, and she just kind of lets it go. And Inger says, "That's so great, Katie. You did not show her where you tied your goat," which she means, you didn't let her get your goat, not letting her get at you where you want to get back at her. And so, Inger laughs, or Katie laughs, and it was a funny comment, and I wanted to add that because I actually had a friend whose father said that. And I just always thought that was funny. I always remembered that over the years. He said, "Don't ever let them know where you tie your goat." And I just wanted to include that. So she's a great character, very well-rounded, and very fun. And also her family, she has 3 aunts that come over. Her mother is very ill, and so they come over from Germany, and they are there to help take care of her many brothers and sisters and her mother. And one of her aunts, Aunt Mina, she is based after my grandmother. And I know I've mentioned some things. If you follow my blog, I've mentioned some things. And then on my Facebook page, my aunt has just posted a picture of my grandmother. She was such an inspiration to me when I was little. I had mentioned before in my blogs that I was one who has lots of personality, lots of words to say. I could never stop talking. And many people, just wanted me to hush. And so my grandma was always one, we called her Mama. She was one who would just sit patiently. She would listen to me. She would let me talk. She would even comment and act interested. And I don't know, she probably glazed over many times. But she just always listened to what I wrote. I was always writing little silly poems or stories that I thought were wonderful and I wanted to share with her. And she was always so patient to listen and encourage me. And I thought, you know what, I'm a great writer. And of course you read those now and you think, oh, how did she sit and listen to this? But she was just such an inspiration to me. And of course all my other cousins, we just love Mama. And I finished my novel, and I didn't finish